Okay, close your eyes for just a second. Picture the absolute vastness of the cosmos, the crushing dark, the silent void, that endless ocean of stars. Since the very first time we looked up, we've held on to this really comforting, almost arrogant assumption that our vibrant blue and green world is the ultimate sanctuary for life in the universe. But I want you to leave that comfortable assumption at the door right now. Because as we look deeper into the shadows of space, the universe is whispering a very, very different story. Welcome to today's Explainer. Let's dive into a journey that might just completely shatter your perception of reality itself. So, I want to start by letting this question really sit in your mind for a moment. What if Earth is actually a cosmic mistake? What if literally everything we know about life in the universe, everything we've been taught in our textbooks, is fundamentally, dangerously wrong? We always view our planet as the absolute gold standard of existence, right? But what if we're just an anomaly? A fragile, chaotic glitch in a universe that has engineered something far, far better. For decades, our greatest minds have pointed these massive telescopes into the void, desperately searching for a mirror. We've been out there looking for Earth 2.0. We just assumed that our fragile, constantly shifting climate, with all its ice ages and mass extinctions, is the pinnacle of habitability. But that Earth-centric worldview, it's a massive blind spot. We've basically just been looking for ourselves, completely blind to the terrifying fact that the universe is hiding far superior, wildly alien incubators for life out there in the dark.
But here's the thing. The first crack in this whole illusion didn't come with some grand, sweeping revelation. It came as a ghost in the data. Anomalies orbiting distant, dim stars. Let me introduce you to Kepler 186f and Kepler 62f. When they were first cataloged, scientists completely wrote them off as frozen graves, just lifeless ice balls drifting at the frigid, dark edges of their star systems. But then, atmospheric models ran the numbers again, and they revealed an invisible shield, a secret that completely rewrites the destiny of these worlds.
Consider this single, totally impossible number, 32%. That is all the stellar energy Kepler 186f receives compared to what we get from our Sun. By all conventional logic, it should be a total wasteland that makes Antarctica look like a tropical resort. But here's the terrifyingly beautiful clue. With just a simple atmospheric tweak, just a slightly thicker blanket of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, this supposedly dead, frozen world wouldn't be frozen at all. That tiny, invisible variable completely shatters our rigid definition of what a habitable zone even is.
The contrast here is, well, it's absolutely staggering. We expected permanent glaciation, a dead, frozen rock. Actually, scratch that. The reality is a temperate, life-sustaining ocean world, kept warm by a simple carbon dioxide greenhouse effect. Suddenly, the planets we just carelessly discarded as frozen wastelands are reborn. And this isn't just about one isolated planet. It means there could literally be tens of billions of warm, thriving ocean worlds lurking just beyond the edge of what we arrogantly thought was possible.
But you know, the mystery gets even stranger. We're so incredibly used to the rhythm of our own world. The sunrise, the sunset, the shifting seasons, the chaotic storms. It's all we know. But what if the ultimate paradise for life doesn't actually have days or nights? What if the perfect climate requires a sun that never ever sets? We are moving away from our chaotic yellow sun right now and stepping into the eerie, immortal twilight of red dwarf systems like Gliese 667c.
This brings us to a really bizarre, almost alien concept known as the Terminator Zone. These worlds orbit so incredibly close to their stars that they become tidally locked. That means one hemisphere faces a blinding, eternal day, forever burning. The other faces a freezing, infinite, pitch-black night. But right in the middle, along that razor-thin boundary, is the Twilight Zone. Life here would never know the violence of a winter storm or the devastation of an ice age. It's just bathed in a perpetual crimson twilight, a perfect, unbroken climate stability that Earth could never, ever offer.
When you actually compare our reality to a tidally locked world like TOI 700d, for example, it's mind-blowing. Earth is chaotic, it's variable, and it's plagued by mass extinctions. On a cosmic scale, it's fleeting. But out there, eternal, unchanging, perfect stability. Immortal. We're talking trillions of years. Our blue marble suddenly starts to look like a fragile, ticking time bomb that's constantly trying to kill us. While out there, deep in the quiet dark, there are sanctuaries that will outlive our sun by trillions of years. And honestly, that's exactly where reality starts to break down for us. Because the deeper we look, the more we realize this isn't just about spatial distance or weird thick atmospheres. It's about something way more profound. It's about the terrifying abyss of deep time. Time is the universe's ultimate variable. Let's look at Kepler 452b and TRAPPIST-1e to see what I mean.
1.5 billion. Just let that number echo in your mind for a second. The host star of the planet Kepler 452b, which, by the way, is a planet almost exactly Earth's size, orbiting at Earth's distance around a sun just like ours, is 1.5 billion years older than our own sun.
If you squeeze our entire history into a cosmic fraction, from molten rock to complex life to us flying rockets into space, all of it is barely a blip. Because out in the dark, Kepler 452b has a 1.5 billion-year evolutionary head start on us. The TRAPPIST-1 system, a 3 billion-year head start. That isn't just a fun piece of trivia. That is an existential terror.
Because the implications here are absolutely terrifying. I mean, look at what humanity has pulled off in just the last 10,000 years alone. We went from banging stone tools together to splitting the atom. Now imagine life that didn't just have 10,000 years or 1,000,000 years, but 3 billion extra years to evolve. What does intelligence even look like with billions of extra years to conquer the dark? If life evolved out there, it had entire geological epochs to become something we completely lack the framework, the vocabulary, and the imagination to even comprehend. So we're already trying to wrap our heads around planets with billions of extra years of evolution and skies of permanent twilight, but what scientists discovered next, it completely shocked everyone. They found a literal fingerprint of biology, and they found it in a place that conventional science dictated absolutely unequivocally shouldn't exist. We are stripping away the very final layer of our Earth-centric illusion with a strange world named K2-18b.
Let's look at the profile of a truly impossible world. It's 124 light-years away out in the cosmic dark. It's massive, over 2.5 times the size of Earth. It's classed as a Hycean world, basically a mini Neptune smothered under a thick, choking, hydrogen-rich sky. And beneath that highly alien atmosphere lies a crushing, bottomless global ocean where the pressures would instantly obliterate any human submarine. Every textbook, every scientific model said this bizarre, high-pressure abyss was fundamentally incompatible with life. But then, the James Webb Space Telescope pointed its lenses into that hydrogen sky, and it found this: a molecular signature consistent with dimethyl sulfide. Now, why is that a huge deal? On Earth, dimethyl sulfide is produced exclusively by marine life, specifically by phytoplankton in our oceans. Think about this clue for a second. We didn't just find a strange planet. We found a ghostly biosignature, a literal chemical footprint, hiding in a crushing ocean teeming under a dim red sky.
Which leads us straight into a pretty terrifying realization. Biology, it doesn't actually need an Earth. It doesn't need blue skies or green grass or 24-hour days. It thrives in the crushing, utterly alien depths of environments we haughtily dismissed as entirely impossible. The universe is likely just filled with these Hycean worlds. Life just needs a pathway, and the only thing really lacking was our own imagination to envision it.
We started out today assuming that Earth was basically the grand prize of the cosmos, right? But if we look at the eternal stability of those twilight zones, the billions of years of evolutionary head starts, and the biology thriving in bottomless, high-pressure alien oceans, this raises an even bigger question, and it's one that might just keep you awake tonight. If life truly flourishes in those crushing depths and eternal twilights, are we the ones living in the universe's wasteland?